head over to miniaturemarket.com where they have thousands of board games at discounted prices like Splito. Hello my friends, it's the Game Boy Geek here. Today it's all about the numbers because we're going to be trying to sequence numbers and get the certain amount of right numbers, but it's also about colors because it's different suits as well because you're going to be trying to put different numbers and colors together. But the twist is you're trying to score points with the player to your left and with the player to your right. You're going to multiply those together. Whoever has the most wins. It's a semi-cooperative, family-based card game called Splito. Think Between Two Cities mass market. Let me show you how it works. I'll see you on the other side. In Splito, there's cards that are numbers with suits. There's numbers 1 through 6, and there are 6 different suits. There's also objective cards that you're going to be trying to get done, like having no cards with a value of 2, or having a majority of 5s, more than everyone else, or having exactly 3 different colors. And if you do, you'll get this many points, like 4, 3, or 1 by the diamonds. This is a semi-cooperative game. You start with 13 cards. These are the backs, these are the fronts. You're going to select a card from here and secretly place it in front of you. Now, you're either going to place it in between yourself and the person to your left, or between yourself and the person to your right. So it's going to be a space in between each of your opponents that are next to you. You put it face down, you clearly mark whether it's going to go next to the person to your right or next to the person on your left. Once everyone's done that, you flip it up. Then all the rest of the cards that you have in your hand, you pass to the left. So you're going to be getting cards, and you keep doing this. You start with 13 cards, the game's over when you've played 13 cards. That's how you play, it's that simple. Then at the end of the game, you're going to be scoring points from the spot that's in between you and your left player, and the spot between you and your right player that you've been playing cards to, but so has that player that's been on that side, because, you know, you're both working on that pile. So this is the pile to my left, which means the person to my left was also adding cards to here. And again, cards could be values and colors or objective cards. And so at the end, you're simply going to see which objective cards you've fulfilled. Like this one says, exactly 2 cards of the value of 5. I did not do this one because I have 3, so I simply just turn it over. This one, strictly majority of 5. Let's say I have 3 5s and no one else has 3 or more. I would keep this up. That's going to be worth 3 points because of 3 diamonds. A strict majority of purple. Ooh, I did not get that one. I go like this. Exactly 2 cards with the value of 1. Ooh, terrible. I did not do that either. And then here, at least 5 different colors and 5 different values. I have that. So we would look at this and we would be adding these points up. So I have 3, 3. So that is a total of 6. So the point score for between me and my neighbor to my left is 6. You do the same for the player between you and your right. You'd look at that side and you would look at that. Let's say you scored 7 points over there. You would take these 6 points and the point scored on the other side, in this case say 7, and you multiply them. So here I would have 42 points. The one with the most points is the winner, but there is one more twist. At the beginning of the game, there's 2 objectives, common objectives. There's going to be 1 star and 1 moon, sort of beginner ones. At the end of the game, you're also going to look at these. If you have a strict majority of 2s, you would get this. However, if more than one sort of group of cards has a majority of 2, nobody gets it. So only one person can score each of these common objectives. It's one more thing to think about, but if more than one person does it, well, you're not going to get it. But everything's open. You can see what's around. And again, if you got these, you would add these to your points. And again, multiply your 2 scores next to you. Whoever's the highest is the winner. All right, now before I get to my final thoughts, I want to let you know that if you like my content, there's now ways to get bonus content like first impression videos well before a review will come out, or for many games I don't even end up reviewing. You can even vote for which games get reviewed on the channel. You can also see me opening up packages and getting content earlier than everyone else. And now you can see what you're missing with a free 7-day trial at patreon.com/GameBoyGeek. So I just got back from the Origins Game Fair, and I went through the Board Game Geek list of the Origins preview. Thank you, Eric Martin, whoever at Board Game Geek helped with that. Went through a bunch of games. This was one of the top 5 games I was interested in going into Origins. It's coming out mid-July, so I bought a copy there, and I gotta tell you, I played a lot of games at Origins. This was the hit of the con for pretty much everyone I played it with. In fact, everyone I played it with, as soon as we were done playing it, went back to the hall and bought a copy, and I'm pretty sure they sold out. This is gonna be a hit, folks. So get your seatbelts on, let me tell you why. This essentially is mass market between two cities. So Between Two Cities was a game where you're building a city, but your points are the player to your left and a player to the right. So you guys were working together on one city over here, and your points were your points. This, and then Between Two Castles of Mad King Ludwig was like a sequel to that, which is more of a gamery version. But even the Between Two Cities wasn't like mass market-ish. This essentially takes that mechanism, which more games would use, this working together with your two neighbors and you're getting the scores from both, and takes this to the masses with a very simple card drafting game. It's simple. Look at your hand of cards, select a card, put it face down, and put it to one side. Then reveal once everyone's ready, score at the end. That's it. I mean, I just taught you the game in 7 seconds. It's simple, but the decisions are tough and easy, tough and engaging. It's just so much fun. Working with both neighbors always has worked in all the games I've done it. In this one, wow, this is fantastic. I love that you're always trying to decide which side to add to. So, do I want to add to this side or that side? I've got cards that will help both. Which goals do I really want to get in front of so it kind of deters other players from going to those? Which cards have I seen before? Which card does that player two away might have because I saw it, but they might play the 5, but I need to have the majority of 5. I'm telling you, the game is simple, but if you really pay attention, you card count, you watch, and you see what players are playing and what card you promised, what card you passed, there's actually a ton of depth here if you want it. Or you could just look at what I've got in my hand right now and play it and go to the next one and forget everything, right? You could play this game at very different levels, and I like that. I like that you're deciding between the goals and numbers. Ooh, do I want to put this 5 down? It's going to help me get the majority, but I could do this goal. I need to have a certain amount of this color. I don't want to pass this out because we don't have it yet, but this is the way to score points. So do I want to give up the thing that will help me get points in the one we already have? Or do I want to start a new goal? Tough choices. Look around. What's on the right? What's on the left? What are other people doing? Lots of interaction. Even though you're only passing and scoring with the players to your left and right, you are looking around the table and seeing the players that aren't to your left or right and see what they're doing. Very good here. Common goals. Really cool. Another layer of depth. Another thing to think about. Especially when it gets towards the end and start of the gold cards are starting to be all used up. You got these common goals. Do you shoot for them? Do you waste cards on them? If you're the only one to do it, you guys get the points. But if more than one player does it, you don't get the points. Can you take a card that will sort of help you towards one of the common goals, but also help you with this goal? That's what you're looking for towards the end. Again, simple things, but lots of good decisions and tons of depth. The good news is, another last good thing here is if you're playing, this is a mass market game, right? So you're going to probably be playing this with family at parties and holidays and stuff like that. You can put new players in between 2 experienced players and they're going to do really well, right? Because they got 2 people that really know what they're doing and it's going to give them the best chance to win. I think that's cool. On the negative side of things, scoring, if you play with the higher player counts, this plays up to 8. Can take a little longer than desired because it's probably going to be at least one person's first game. And you typically want to show how it scores, everybody one at a time. There is a notepad that I did not show you on camera. It just helps you keep track of people's score. Once you know the game, you can just be like, hey, I got 7 over here and 8 over here, right? But the first couple times you're going to want to go through and watch everyone score, make sure they got it right, things like that. And sometimes the scoring can take a little longer than desired. In games with bigger players, the scoring can take almost as long as the game. But once everyone's played once, you should be able to go, you know what, everyone, the 2 people that this is their score, just let them add it up together and get the same number and same over here and just tell me what the numbers are. So it's not the end of the world. I'm trying to find some nitpicks here because the game is really almost flawless. I talked about putting someone new next to 2 players. That's great for new players, but if everyone is experienced, I'm going to sit next to purposely the other 2 best players in the room, and I'm likely going to win if I'm experienced with it as well. So there can be an unbalance of sitting between 2 great players. If you know that you have a ringer in your group, every group tends to have one, put them opposite table of the next best person so that they don't have someone that will be sitting right in between them if possible. Another little negative, but again, not a lot of negative things to see here. I would be floored if this game doesn't show up on my 2023 Family Game or Card Game of the Year list. That's how highly I think of this thing right now. It's amazing. It's going to fly off shelves. These are the types of games that should be bringing people in the hobby other than Uno. This is as easy as that, but way more depth, way more strategy. And guess what? After that, they can play between 2 cities or between 2 castles, Mad King Ludwig, and they're going to be a hobby gamer in no time. And because of that, it is getting my highest honor, a saxophone serenade. So let's hit it. Toppers not only transforms your existing table into a high-quality gaming solution, but they now offer full leg kits and dining cover solutions for the full table application. Paired with over 20 styles of thematic game mats in 11 different sizes from notable board game artists like Vincent Dutray, collapsible cup holders, and real cool accessories, experience what thousands of other gamers enjoy by upgrading every game you play with a Game Topper system. Save hundreds of dollars on Game Topper package deals that are in stock now for immediate shipping at GameToppersLLC.com or click the link below.